just want to say welcome to the call and hello, good evening, good morning, good day everywhere, our Opulence Nation. All right, everyone, hello, hello, hello. Just want to make sure, wow, shop now at shop.opulence.com at www.opulence.com, right? Okay, welcome. It's going to be it has to be morning, right? It has to be morning for you guys, but it is for us here in Asia. Let me continue reading your bio, and then when we finish, we'll come back and see how if you sort things out. All right. Okay, guys, come back to this. Naida Giangrosso is a result-driven professional with over 30 years of experience in sales and marketing, specializing in the financial service sector. Throughout her career, she had held a long standing credential as a licensed financial advisor and corporate trainer, consistently recognized for her leadership, strategic communication, and team development capabilities. In addition to her financial background, Naida has expanded her expertise into health and wellness as a certified nutritional practitioner, Council of Canada, and a graduate of traditional Chinese medicine in acupuncture studies. She brings a unique, integrative perspective to leadership and business, grounded in discipline, integrity, and a commitment to continuous growth. Naida currently works in partnership with her husband, Ben Giangrosso, and continues to lead with purpose and vision. And today, I believe Naida will talk us through the next 30 days in the Launchpad, something that's very important that we all need to learn from to be able to be successful in our Opulence Global. Naida, shall we all welcome you to the class today, please? Naida, please.
Thank you. Good morning, folks. Good morning, good evening to everybody. Our infancy stage is very crucial. A lot of learning to do, a lot of things, to remember, just like to-do list. It's like, we got to establish a method of operation, right? How do we establish a method of operation? Like some people, if they have no experience on sales, they have no no stuff to to begin. They don't know where to begin in the beginning, right? So it kind of like is panicky for some of the people, or some of them they just say, I'm so shy to approach and stuff like that. But our next 30 days, meaning to say, is that by when we start a business in any business startup that we're going to do, we have to establish a method of operation. And how do we do that? We incorporate this income generating activities. Remember that word income, which is very, very important, right? Any activities that we're going to generate, the result of this is income to us, or profits. And that's why it is very important to stay on track. All right. So how do we do that? We create a work schedule for our Opulence business. Normally, when we have a new member that just join in, right? We fill this form. That's why I say fill this form below with your sponsor. Why? Because sponsor, when we say sponsor or upline, if the upline, they know what they're doing. When I say upline, it is more superior than us. That's why we call them upline. We wanted their help because they have been through this already. And if they've been through this already, normally they will, we as a leader, me as a leader to our team and my husband, I said to them, who are the people that we can call? Basically, helping them on each day activity, right? If we can. So What is our daily method of operation? The first one we have to do is this: someone to connect. Let's think of people that we can connect with, or we can thank them. That this is an activity generating, this is an income generating activity. What I mean to say. So it's very important that we check ourselves, our activities, on what we wish to do. Okay, to connect, we say their thing, our thing, prospect and making. Our prospecting is our lifeblood of our business, right? So that's why, you're gonna get into the slide of that, like, creating a list, right? Now, what are the things that we can say to them? There is a script already that we have on our back office that you can browse into it and tweak it the way you see it fit, based on what the person that you're talking to, right? Someone to present to is very important. Of course, when you're connecting already to somebody, or you remember of someone that has these health challenges, or someone that is, that is we call this, I call this hungry for the business, you know what I mean? You have to connect with that somebody, right? Of course, I always say, like, thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to share this wonderful business opportunity that I come across with, and stuff like that, right? So, when we follow the script and it is already in the book, it doesn't have to be word for word, but according to who is the person that you are catering it with, right? Or you wanted to share with, right? And it's very important that we know the tour presentation. And if we don't have an experience yet with our tour, in presenting the tour, right, we can use already the video. We can use the video that our SVP Sanas made it for us. All we gotta do is play it or send it to them and have them watch the tour presentation. Sometimes this is the easiest way, you know what I'm saying, because they can visualize what you are talking about, and then after that the Q&A will come into play. Like, be important, right? Be excited in sharing this opportunity. So that's why our daily method of operation is like, we have to be, every day is but a new day, right? So there is an infinite, when we say follow up, this is, I call this consolidation, right? Because when you follow up with the person that you talk to, they might say at the beginning, like, and don't get discouraged. They may say, maybe I will pass this time, or maybe I can just be a customer, or maybe, it's a wonderful product, I see the benefits of it, but maybe I'll just be a user. That's okay. Still thank you them, because that can lead you. I always say that if there's one person new in the room, the room is full. That's for me, because I know that I will grow with this person 10 times more. So normally we ask for referral. If you know anyone, that can benefit with our FOL or our divine, please, have me in your mind and throw it my way. Like, and lead them to my way. Sometimes, like, or most of the time, we get already the referral from the person we're talking to, because that person suddenly remember that, oh, you know what, I can call my cousin, and that has health challenges. So, and once you do so, be excited, be thankful, and saying that, like, yes, how about we contact them, how about you call them? And most of the time, I'm talking about my experience, most of the time they will call them in front of me, and then I start talking to them. I invite them to have a bioscan scan done or whatever, right? And then it becomes a duplication to me after all, after that. So this is the way my method of operation is. And also my husband getting in the phone. Basically, like, wherever we go, we are always prospecting. Okay, so someone to connect, the plan to build your prospect and customer list. Building a strong prospect and customer list is essential for the growth and sustainability of your Opulence business. That's why I said prospecting is our lifeblood. New customers are lifeblood. Repeat orders is our lifeblood, right? So building a strong prospect and customer list for growth and sustainability of your Opulence business. But here's a strategic plan to help you attract, engage, and retain a valuable customer base. And how do we do that? First, we define our target customer. Okay, so make connection. right? Your list. Okay, so when I say this, like, using the following memory jogger, this is just a guide, right? Who are the people that we may know, or someone that refer to us that we know from before, that can help us, share our wonderful business with Opulence, right? So what are those? Our previous networking contacts, our family and friends. Sometimes our family kind of like they're shying away from us, but it's okay, because you know what, my in my family, my friends are their friends. So kind of like it's hard to ask them for their list, but because their friends are my friends, right? And so, like, advertising leads, right? The best advertising that we do is our social media, right? And and from there, in social media, I kid you not, guys, on our social media slide, I will tell you, like, every day I add up. If I see that there's a common friend of ours, I add up 1 to 3 people every day, if I can, because there is, I think, 5,000 limit in Facebook, right? So then again, who is your accountant, make a choice in the following list in here, you know what I'm saying? But you know what, the best one that I see that you can hear a lot of story is the hair salon. I just went into my friend who's a hairdresser, and I heard so many stories, right? And then there is this one guy that, like, that cut his fingertip, and I said, here, let's squirt a little bit of my fountain apply in it. Okay, so who you go to church with is very important. Why? Because church is also a big congregation to meet people, right? So who you watch the Super Bowl with, or who is a policeman, military, someone that you can say, and don't think of yourself, don't discourage yourself that, no, if I contact this is gonna deny me. Don't say that, because you don't know what they need. Carry on. Okay, so when we do our list, okay, we oftentimes hear 100 lists, correct? But who in here in their Facebook have 1,000 lists? Who in here in this Instagram or social media have more than 5,000? Okay, between the combination of two. So if you confirm, if you only if you only limit yourself to 100 lists, as if like you're not gonna grow, you're just gonna stuck in there. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Why? Because every day we are growing. And if we are not growing, we are dying. Okay, that's the way I say it to myself all the time. So why do we want that? Why? Because our contact list, again, right, over and over again, is not just confined into that 100 people. Because I say to my team, 1,001 list. Okay, why I say that? Because there's 1,001 ways to present. So therefore, this person may be not the same with this person. So carry on with our, contact list, do it more, add up more, and continuously grow with it. So when we find our customers, let's find first their whys, right? What are their pain points? How we can motivate them. So we identify their challenges or desire that our opulence product is the answer. Our opulence products or business opportunities can be addressed because it will resonate with them. It will resonate with our customers. Why? So if we ask them if they considered working from home, which I do believe, like nowadays, is that working from home, people are looking. Remember this, people are looking. Our friends are looking. Our families and relatives are looking. And their friends and the friends of the friends are looking for something to do at home. So lead the discussions to the business opportunity and its benefits. So we turn our single product customers into multi-product households, right? And why do we say that? Because we're not confined. Our opulence business is not confined into just one business, one product. It's not just confined with FOL. It's not just, we're not limited with just Divine, right? We One customer alone can be a customer for many products that they can order in our email, right? And that, whether they are a retailer, whether they are going to be a member, right? That the bottom line of it is that it will bring profits to us as well, right? Remember, the last time we talked about the profits, right? How we can generate it. So what drives your customers to make decisions or take actions? It is related to your product or services, right? Products and services are married to each other. See, when you're in sales, product and services are married to each other. Why? You have to have a product to sell. And by selling, you service them for more. You can go back to them. Like, what we're coming out with a new collagen. Collagen is wonderful. I always say this. Like, our product is so potent, you feel it in your body right away. Right. So if they are motivated by the convenience of it, because it's online, the cost savings of it, you know what I mean? So because the cost savings is like, and we see, like, there's a promotion all the time, right? And like, in comparison to others, like, and it is all natural, they save on that too, right? So, and the status, like, the status of, like, I wanted the business. One thing that I am promoting to most of the people that I know, right? Because as you know, also my background is that, the tax savings, right? So the multi-product households that we are talking about here is to utilize, right, our products that is already at that emo. And of course, when we rank advance, right, and of course, when we reach, a certain level of position, it becomes a personal fulfillment to us. So we define our target customers, the demographics, right? Normally, we start with our warm market, right? And so when we understand the key characteristics of the age, gender, normally the young people, they're more into fashion, the beauty, right? The glamour, you know what I mean? The income level, normally, the middle age, they're looking for, second income, third income, most likely, right? That is not, does not require physical labor, right? The location, which country. Remember, we are in, 200 countries, I do believe, or 160 countries where we can market ourselves. That's why, let's make use of our social media, because there it can be reached to any country. So, as we promote ourselves, like, and interest in tailor products, this interest in tailor products to your audience, it is so, identified already, right? Because you can now know that each product that we represent can, increase the interest of our audience or our customer. The younger, like what I said, posh fashion line doesn't have to be that expensive, as long as it is sparkly. I call them bling blings, you know what I mean, for the younger people, because my daughter used that, right? But with the mature, higher income people, with the mature, and they may be on the higher income bracket, they wanted the tax break. Okay, so this one, like, more flashy if it's fashion, right? More luxurious looking if it's fashion. So our fairy mosh and fairy is always there to have this, to present the luxury appeal of it. Okay, when we define again our target customers, the lifestyles, right? We align our values and buying behaviors with our offerings. Example of this are the following, right? The Fairy Micro Silver, which target individuals with great dental health. Why? Because our toothpaste, our mouthwash, mouth mist, right? It has the micro silver, even the spray that we use when we go around, right? So to protect us, right? So um do we explain how the micro silver and prolong just our story about that? Just tell them, like, the importance of it, just one or two words, three words that will resonate to them, and there you go, right? Divine is anti-inflammatory, so it's perfect for athletes who often deal with pain from intense workout. But this is just for athletes. What about, ones that, elderly, that have knee pain, joint pains, you know what I mean? So divine is perfect for that. What about, like, for boosting immunity? Divine is perfect for that. Our fairy and are posh, right? For young generation, even us, like, when we have our own collection of it, like, we walk and talk and, display the beauty of our pieces that we wear, right? So is it perfect for someone with style? So take a moment to compliment their taste, right? And with this, I say, I love your bag. You know what I'm saying? But what if your next purchase of your purse, you can get paid on it, and it is on a, aligned with the designer. I mean, if they ever consider a career in the fashion industry, will they just have to be in a fashion industry just to, to flaunt their items or their collections? They don't have to, but that can be a consideration. Like, my daughter has friends that, wear this. You know how they are. They're more into designer stuff and whatnot. But and if they are interested in the fashion industry, there you go. You got that contact, to join your business. Our community engagement activists highlight on Opulence cares to attract a broader audience. I think, we have a lot of our teammates that are doing their community engagement, right? So when they are, they do their trade shows, right? So we can attract a broader audience of, other communities aside from our warm market. This is prospecting in cold market when we are also doing events. So our hotshot list, inviting your seven. These are your closest contacts you can tap into. Who are those? The ones that think like you. Yeah. Like-minded individuals think alike. Okay. The ones that act like you. One that's bubbly, ones that is, that personality can attract other audience or other customers, that has a good network, have the same work ethics, very important as you, right? You don't want to bring somebody that will just say that, well, you work for me, you're my upline. I don't want to do that. Okay. Have the same determination as you. Yes, the determination to win. Why? Because if you both are on the same page and same mindset, you know what? Your determination will infect her as her now encourage you more and infect you. I joke like that, right? Want their lives to change just like you. Well, that's why I said people that are hungry, there are people that are hungry out there, not in their stomach, but to make more and a lot more and easier, right? They don't want it to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning and leave when there is, in the midst of the traffic to reach their work. So we'll do whatever it takes to change just like you. Absolutely, yes. Why? Because people that are focused and determined and are, consistent will, and if they are just like you, guess what? They can drag you into their, that's why I say they're infectious. And you have to become infectious to them because of you are driven purpose leader or upline or a representative of Opulence Global. We'll never give up or stop. You know what I'm saying? Who are this? Like, as our example. LD for Renee, Dr. Henry, right? I see my upline Vera, right? Ifra, like, powerhouse, you know what I mean? They never give up or stop until they have achieved the change they want, just like you. And yes, like, it's burning. I always tell myself, like, manifest, I'm gonna reach that, like, that level up. Is that presidential award? Like, I wanted to get that. I wanted to get that. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I'm just saying I wanted to be one of the recipient of that. So we engage with our target customers. Remember, our conversations lead to action. So get creative with questions that spark meaningful discussions and could potentially result in a new VIP shoppers or team brand partners. Here are some conversation starters. Okay. Do you enjoy bulk shopping with massive discounts? What is the if you say this, right, what is normally the answer you will get? Yes, right? How would you feel if you are, this is for the higher income, how would you feel about tax-free shopping or access to high quality safe products? Okay, when it is tax-free shopping, everybody wants tax-free, right? We've been double taxed here in Toronto, right? And so, like, They want a tax-free shopping, right? Are you dealing with with pain? Oh my gosh, mommy, what happened to you? How come your knees are like, is swollen? And how come you walk like that? So you need my divine. Try this one. Suffering from certain health conditions, you need the fountain of life. You see what I mean? And we have great, oh my goodness, thousands of testimonials that you can use that is tailored, that can attest to your customer, right? So what do we say? Hi, prospect. I come across an amazing opportunity that combines financial freedom with luxury living. It's exactly the kind of next level lifestyle we both like. It's something new and could be life changing. Are you open to taking a quick look? I'd love to share more about the business that I come across with, and I'm actually a part of it. All right. So that's just a curiosity based type of script. You can tweak it and make it your own. It has to be, your approach must be warm and inviting. Keep it short. Don't have a, verbal diarrhea. Just keep it short and don't be so boring, right? And personal. Use the recipient's first name because it's respect, right? It's respectful to them. Hey, you don't call the hey. You know what, Rico? Thank you for talking to me today. Use the recipient's first name. Build curiosity. Make it about them. It's about them. It's about time. You know what? We are not gonna be like, it's we're close to retirement, and it's about time to do something, right? Focus on financial freedom because, like, most of the middle age and to going to retirement, they wanted more freedom, luxury or exclusivity. Spark interest without revealing too much. This is what I say. Don't have a verbal diarrhea. Okay, so just enough to arouse their curiosity. Effective communication is end with a question that's easy to say yes to. Okay, here's the way I say it. Like, if I show you something that you can get paid every up on your own, if you own, you get paid to, don't say yes or no. I always say yes and yes. Okay, offer the prospect two specific questions for meeting times. Is it Tuesday night good? Well, I always say, is it Wednesday night good? Right, so that you can meet me at our Opulence head office. Or is it Saturday afternoon better? If they remain unavailable, follow up again in a week or month. A week or a month is a little bit long, every 3 days. Maybe after 3 days on the first week, then you move to fourth day, maybe 1 week. So follow up is very important. Let's go. Someone to present to. This is, I call this a 2 minute miracle story. Okay, tell your story. Don't be too monotonous, don't be too boring. But when we tell our 2 minute story, you have to consider these questions that needs to be answered, right? Consists of the following components. When you launch your business, how many days you've been in the business? Like, and weeks or months or years. Why you started your business? What is it that why did you start this business, right? Is it to make more money, less stress, hate my job, more time with family, whatever the case may be? Who introduced you to this business? Who introduced you to your business? Friends, family, social media? How did you come across with it? Product testimonials, your retail sales experiences, stories, in your passion for the products, and of course, business testimonials. At the end of it all, they wanted to see how much did you make. Oftentimes, yes, I get that challenge. How much are you making with this business already? If I tell you, will you believe me? That's my answer, right? Because if I tell you and you're not going to do it, it's not going to make any difference. You have to come and see, you have to come and join so that you will know how much I'm making, right? So, but then it's a little bit personal. But if you really like to know, I'll show it to you. Your total team sales volume, because I have a great team going. I'm in 6 countries. Yes, I'm making money. Okay, so sometimes I don't want it to teach you guys lie, make it look like it's real. You know what I mean? They will know anyways, because if you are proud of your team, you will show them. Like, I'm saying, if you are proud of a team that is growing, that's why it's very important in team building as well. Like, it will speak for you, right? The size of your organization, your growth target in sales and income. Like, if Dr. Henry, when I'm challenged enough to say that Dr. Henry is making 400, selling 400 FOL in a month, I say, my goodness, if I can just open up that one into maybe 50 more bottles or 100 bottles more, then I beat Dr. Henry. So I challenge myself. Like, it's not because I envy him, right? I admire him, but that makes me challenge myself that I have to move myself into, productive salesperson so I can beat that 400. So I use that as a challenge to me. All right. So in your in-person tour presentation tips, this is what I can say, right? Remember, your prospects are not making a one-time purchase. It's a long-term commitment. You want them to continue to buy, and because this is residual for us, right? This is passive income for us, right? So you want them to continuously order, right? You want them to try that out, and then they start promoting, because this now becomes a long-term commitment between you and them. So you follow up with them. How you doing with your fountain of life? Have how many drops do you take? How many more do you have? You know that you are in a protocol with me. Like I say this to our patient, right? You know that you have to follow, at least with with your health condition, you have to finish at least one bottle every 3 days because of your health condition, something like that, right? And then that becomes a long-term commitment to them as well as to you, because this allows you to follow up. When a prospect sees your business tour for the first time, they are looking at these three things. And if they're looking for these three things, make sure that you know how to answer these three things because they're looking for this. What is the business all about? Can they benefit from it? Is there some benefit of this business to them, not just to you? Right? And how do you do the business? This is the reason why we learn from the product crossfire. This is the reason why we learn on our launch pad. This is the reason why we go to our back office and study the tools. This is the reason why we attend meeting after meeting, whether it's a boot camp, whether it is our regular, meeting schedules. This is the reason why we listen to product testimonials. This is the reason why we listen to FOL testimonials. So how do you do the business is because we need to lead them the proper way, whether they are customers or whether they are a member of us. Carry on. So it's important to showcase the support, unity, and teamwork, right? We always say, together everyone achieves more. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? And support, we have a great support. Corporately, great support. They are always prompt, and you get their answer, right there and then. Our my five, great support. You know what I mean? So because it will not even last, I don't think it lasted even like a half an hour to get an answer from our my five, right? And our unity. That's why when they see that, when they attend a boot camp, when they attend a event, right? Now we're having a Dubai, and they see the unity of our team. I love to see that our team, right, are many that will be joining the Dubai event, right? Because it's important to showcase this to others, okay? And before and immediately after they have seen the tour, okay? That's why when we every time we go there on every Wednesday, right? We see the members, we smile at each other, we joke at each other, but we hear the story, okay? So that's part of unity, right? It is vital for your prospects to feel the unity and caring in your team right after the tour, because this teamwork represents hope for them. You want it to be in a happy environment, because if you are in a happy environment when you're working, but if it's the snob and obnoxious and from this group of people, but this when you are in a team or organization that you see they care, they love, they respect, you want it to be with them, because your hope inside of you that this is the answer bruise and say, this is the right company for me. They're not in this business for themselves, but not by themselves. They are in this business for themselves, but not by themselves. Okay, so I always say this. Okay, if I can rephrase this is the way I say this, right? We in any opportunity when we do a business, right, we apply, so we leaders, right, we are in this business together. You're running your own business, we are in this thing together, so that's why we are united. But I'm not doing the business for you, we are doing the business together. That's the reason why that there are in this business for themselves, but not by themselves, because they, people intend to, like, you're the upline anyway, so you might as well work for me. I don't do it that way. We work together so I can see that you are serious enough for your business. I'm there for you. One system virtual tour process. Take your prospects through the Opulence opportunity. Direct them to the opportunity page on opulence.com, where they can watch the opportunity tour video in multiple languages. I do believe that you guys know that already, that we can change our language, right, at the back office. This opportunity over and over and over again. I know sometimes when Renee will surprise me, do the opportunity meeting, the tour, and I'm not prepared, right? Sometimes, I buffle here and there, but you know what? It's all good. They don't know anyways, right? So open the PowerPoint presentation for an in-depth walkthrough, or invite them to one of our tour webinars and let our qualified presenters present for you. October 4th, for the members here in Toronto or in Ontario would like to join us, there is a boot camp. So this is one of the things that you guys can be power up. So this is very important too, because there's a tour there. Forensic post tour, turn tour excitement into real result, right? Dr. Henry is a great example for this. Renee is a great example for this as well, right? And many others. Fail-proof process to convert your prospect. Arrive early with your prospect to build like and trust. Now that we have a gallery, arrive early if you know you have a prospect, right? Why? Because you wanted to welcome them, right? Introduce them to as many other distributors as possible. You're not just by yourself. Don't be a snob. Introduce them to your peers and your colleagues in the industry. Is the same. Like, be happy and be proud of them. No matter what, if you're ahead of them or below them, it does not, or they below you, it does not matter. Introduce them. Avoid the back seats. Secure the front row. I always call that come and sit in the millionaire's row. Because you know what? If you absorb it, if you feel it, there's no distraction when you're in the front. You're focused. Stay in the room with your prospect. Very important. Don't keep going out, going to the washroom, just an excuse because you hear it already and grabbing coffee all the time, right? Arrange with the presenter to invite you to share product or business testimonial. Why? Because if you give your testimonial in the front, guess what? You are a living proof of your product. Head nod, applaud, and respond to questions that are asked by the presenter. You know what I mean? Every time Maria Baptiste, clap her hand, it wakes me up. Right. So, and that is a good thing. You know what I mean? So why? Because we agree. Right. Assess the room energy after the tour if the energy is high. Very important environment to make sure that the energy is high enough, happy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, excited. We have to have that. You know what I mean? Don't if you're my prospect is walking into a dead room, even though there's full of people, is dead. You know what I mean? That's why it's really up to us members already to make the energy high. Start the post tour process and the survey in the room with the other prospects. Bring them to the launch room, right? Welcome new launches loudly for others to hear. I remember with the other company, I say, like, we have a new lap here, we have a new LED here, and we all, applaud with that. But this is a must for all of us to do, so that the prospect that are still dilly dally, you know what I mean, they say, oh my god, I don't want to miss this out. When leaving the meeting, make an effort to say goodbye to other distributors, and I say goodbye, I hug them, I blow them kiss, like, I say bye, bye my dearest, okay, see you later, love you all. Okay, momentum is everything in the post tour pace. And if I have my prospect with me saying goodbye, guess what, they already see your leadership. So this is very important. Okay. So, post tour action plan. After the tour, it's important to translate the excitement and curiosity you've generated into meaningful next steps. Make sure you can answer the questions. If it's not, invite your upline leader to be there with you, right? In case this is a personal one. You offer a promotion as you walk them through on what is available for them to the taking is very, very important. You start by recommending the LADE package, right? Why? Because they get the most for their buck. You know what I mean? Because how else you can find 4,500 in exchange of that is that 10,000, 10,600, I think, right? Fill out the survey, very important. So what are their trigger points, right? What makes them what can trigger them to do this business more, or, if they wanted you to talk to somebody, right? So this is a good way. Give them a thank you gift card, whether it's just a $20 gift, a $25 gift card, or maybe you have this a gift that you can give to them. But gift card is a great way to promote their business. Why? Because if they going to spend it, you make money out of it anyways. So our forensic promise list is personable. I mean, it's personal, actionable
Yeah,
commitments.
I think we can already end with this. So before you end, I just want to say that you are on fire, and I can really feel your energy. You are exactly an embodiment of what this training is all about. All of the things that you have shared with us comes from based on your experience, based on your heart, and I just want to commend you for doing such a powerful training, though with a lot of technicalities. I myself as having technicalities when it comes to the Zoom. That's why I'm using my phone, but you did it very well. So I just want to congratulate you and thank you for this powerful training.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm done with this now, sir. I'm okay with this forensic promise list, all that. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, right? Our launchpad is, that's why it's called launchpad, right? First, what is this launchpad for? It is for us. We're launching ourselves. And to be honest, doing this, I also is also talking to me, right? To be to put my to put my greatest effort if I really want bad this business. I want it so bad, like not just for the money first, but to tell the world that this miracle in a bottle, which is FOL, the divine, how it's helping me. It is just my own testimonial, because I myself had health challenges. When I say had, you know what, is improving a lot, and I owe my life to those supplements that I've taken. Though I am a nutritionist, I can take one, I can take numerous supplements if I wanted to, but this one, just one, had helped me a lot, right? And then, I got inspired by the leaders around me, right? Because I'm not trying to brag myself. I'm not the type of person, but how they achieve, their success story, the humbleness of our CEO and SVP, the humbleness of the other leaders that got there, LD4 and LD3. I burn myself and say, I need to be there, I want to be there. That one is prompting me to have my activities today. Our launchpad training is all about us, how we light up the fire in us to have these activities going, because it has to be like what I say. If you don't open your shop, whether it what kind of shop you have a shop here, right? If you don't open your store, how you gonna make a sale? So the first store that you open, you know what, guess what, guys, is our mouth, right? Because if you don't, share your testimonial, you're not going to make a sale. When the person gives you an appointment, to listen to you, whether is phone, whether it's in person, I try to make it in person because I want to see their face, even if it's on a Zoom, right? And then I let the person follow up, or if we are attending a webinar, when I follow up together with my member. This is the way I consolidate and make a sale. You know what I mean? And I don't give up. They say no to me today, tomorrow is going to be the yes. It's just maybe they're ashamed to tell me they have no money yet. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, don't make that as an excuse for you not to move. And together, everyone achieves more, right? Your success, even though I'm not a part of your team, is already a testimonial that I can use to pump others. And so don't discourage your own self. Try to build. When you say try the hardest. When you say try, do it. You know what I mean? Because when you're trying and just looking, it's not trying, you're just looking, right? But trying has an action, it's an action verb. Okay, so thank you so much for having me today. I thank you, Boss Rico, for assisting me once again. You're such a great one. I'm gonna give this back to the host. I know that, like, and hopefully on Tuesday we'll wrap up, and and we can execute. But hey, don't wait until Tuesday. Every session, like, let's execute what we're learning, because at the end of it all, if you're hearing me or hearing other trainers, but we're not executing the action, it's just with us, then it's still, like I said, if you're not moving, if you're not growing, if we are not, all of us, then we're dying. We have to be productive. Okay, thank you. I love you all.
Wow. Thank you very much. This is wonderful. I love your energy. I love your power. For this few days, right? I have hosted you. I learn a lot, especially the way you train. I'm also learning and trying to make my way to be a trainer as well, qualified trainer. But I learned a lot, especially when you were since host already. Thank you, Naida. Thank you. I know this little, like internet, we do have a lot of problem in Thailand. All right. Love it. And thank you, just like what Rico said. So allow me to do the announcement if there is no question. I believe today with the way things are going, this is wonderful, powerful. To before we end, hey Neda, would you like to have just a last something with the team, please?
All right. Thank you so much, team. Like, thank you, Opulence Global family, for welcoming me and able to share with you also my experience in the field of sales and marketing. I hope that, it is sound and practical application we can do. Thank you so much, Aranya, for being a great host. And of course, like, you're lovely, you're doing great. And of course, our boss Rico, like, has been my coach, my mentor, and how to do my the training in the best possible way. I hope that we learn a lot on this launchpad training that we did. Like, we are on this thing together, and make our business more productive, make more money, and, like, get more income, increase our income. I know I have to apply it also to myself and to our team, right? And I hope the best for everyone all around the world. Thank you for being great to everything, right? And let's build our Opulence Global businesses strong. And let's work together. It doesn't matter whichever part, like, your experience, your testimonial can also be applied to our businesses, right? I mean, that we are into. So we love you, and thank you. Good evening once again. Good morning to some. Have a great weekend. I had a great time with you.
Yes.
And of course, what do we say? One
One
team,
team, one
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 dream,
dream,
one system.
one
one
system.
system,
Building the
building the billion.
Thank you.
Thank
billions.
you all for your time.
Yeah.
Love
All
you
right.
guys.
Wonderful.